Hello there and welcome. My name is Andy. This is The Division, another one of Ubisoft's Tom Clancy games. This one being the MMO set in New York, where a plague or virus has ravaged the city, and you are an agent set in to try and set things right. This isn't a fresh playthrough. I have played through the game once, or through to the end. As you said, a level 30 guy, but didn't really get much further than that. So this will be a brand new character, and as much as The Division is a MMO, I'm going to try and play it from the start as a single player RPG game as much as possible. So I'm going to emphasize the story. I'm not going to go exploring to find every little collectible. If I come across it, I do, and that's great, but otherwise I'm going to try and embrace the story, get through every area, and we'll see how the game pans out. And to do that, I'm going to start a new character. So here we go.
You know, this Black Friday, you can sleep in.
All over the region.
Retailers are calling this their 149,000 stores offering
Millions of
sales
dollars in
greater
cash sales changing hands.
Hit the stores. The flu season is off to its earliest start.
Appears to be a previously unknown variant of the flu, catching many experts off guard.
Today I was feeling like maybe I was...
Back on the breaking news, leading with unconfirmed reports of a smallpox outbreak.
Is a highly rehearsed scenario.
And National Guard units converging on a hospital in central Manhattan.
Closed. It's a war zone. Smallpox is a very real
More
danger.
deaths than AIDS, more than Ebola.
Let me stop you there. This is not a panic situation.
An entire American city locked
Known
down.
as green poison, Central Park has been converted to a mass burial ground.
Power outages, gas line leaks, fires. The government's
Expecting another night of widespread looting.
People of New York are begging
One word of mouth.
our first responders are either dead
No resources available.
or treated like animals.
It's not our job. We're not trained for that.
When we were activated, we knew the situation was bad. Worse than anyone knew. We are an elite, highly skilled group of embedded agents. They only call us when everything else has failed. We have no rules. We have no limits. Our job is to protect what remains.
We are your co-workers. We are your neighbors. We might even be your friends.
But when we get the call,
We leave everything behind.
we are.
The Division.
Alright, so that's the intro to the game. Essentially, if you're not aware what The Division's about, a plague has swept through New York, much like a smallpox, influenza-style disease, and essentially the city has been overrun and is falling apart. The Division is activated and sent in to try and set things right. Now, I'm going to create my character now, so I will just fast forward this so I'll get the right look. So just bear with me. Alright, so that's my character created. I don't really go too flamboyant. I'm not really into the tattoos, the scars, the war face, the war paint stuff. I'm not really into that. Try and keep the role-playing aspect alive. He's going to look like a normal guy. So that's what I've gone for. Let's activate this agent, and we'll see where we go.
Intelligence System Analytic Computer is activated. All ISAC systems are confirmed online. Take cover at the marker to begin weapon verification.
It starts a little bit of a tutorial.
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the highlighted targets.
Bit of control familiarization. Okay, so control is to delete, not to shoot, not to raise.
Primary weapon test successful.
Yeah, I should play this for quite a while myself, so
Weapon test initialized. Open fire at the
probably isn't the
highlighted
best.
targets.
Probably isn't the worst thing to go through.
Sidearm test successful.
Welcome aboard, Agent. This is Louis Chang, Northeast Section Commander of the Division. You have been activated because Brooklyn has become dangerously unstable. Isaac has updated us with your progress. Proceed to the nearest safe house for your full equipment loadout.
Safe houses are pretty much your, you might call them your towns, some other MMOs, your safe places. It's where you can save, it's where you start.
Agent, I've confirmed that your fellow agent Faye Lau has arrived here. Check in with her when you get inside.
The safe houses are the hubs. It's where you get your missions from, your vendors, your save points.
Now entering a safe area.
Faye Lau is a fellow division agent. She's the main
We're losing this whole neighborhood.
main thing pushed the
Riders are
story.
moving through, in force, headed this way.
Put your people there. I see someone else got the call.
I'm Agent Faye Lau, Division. Activated at the same time as you, part of the second wave of us going in. I don't know what happened to the first wave, but unfortunately, there's still lots left for us to do. We don't have much intel, and we don't have the luxury of failure. Not with Manhattan under lockdown and Brooklyn on the brink. People like me, and you, we're what's left to hold the line. With any luck, we'll have more to go on once we rendezvous with the commander. More about the situation, about who's turning the streets into a war zone, anything that's gonna help us do what we're supposed to do. If you'll excuse me, Lieutenant.
Officer Hazen and his team are handling situation reports. If you're looking for a hotspot, that's who you want to talk to.
Complete your activation at the terminal to enable Directive 51 operational status and equipment. Identity confirmed. SHD equipment activated.
Thank God you're here, Agent. I've never seen Brooklyn like this. We're barely hanging on. I'll be your point of contact for any emergency ops. We've had plenty of action and it's not letting up. Jesus. I'm not gonna have any hair left when this thing is done.
Alright, so he's the JTF contact point. Essentially, he's the quest giver. So he's just giving me a couple of missions to have a look at.
Hey, you gotta see this.
Get some grenades to start with, and I'll head out and we'll do the first mission.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
Agent, riders took the weekly food supply from the Brooklyn Heights distribution center. They try and sell it back to all the starving people. Plain and simple profiteering on the backs of people who are suffering. Get that food back.
Well, not me. Not anymore. Just shut the hell up.
I remember one issue in the game first release was that the player seemed to be just a bit of a cold-hearted killer.
Missing supply crate located.
One thing you have to realise when you're playing this game is that we're not coming in just as the plague has started. We're coming in probably a few months in. New York's gone to hell, and it really is anarchy. Martial law is in place. Anyone on the street has probably been advised that lethal force will be used. And I think they've made some of the enemy NPCs a lot more violent. Like that case there, yeah, the thug essentially murdered the GTF guy. And it gives us a bit more of a moral compass, I think, or a bit more feeling of right when you actually just shoot him. A lot of the looters are the same, whereas
Approaching marked location.
initially we're just kind of shooting these guys down. Like now, for example.
I'm telling you.
But these guys are trying to steal JTF supplies, which is against the rules at the moment. And we've got the green light to take them down.
secured. Hostiles neutralized.
Now what happens is, even though it's a Tom Clancy game, it's not a realistic shooter like Rainbow Sixes or your Ghost Recons.
Warning. Hostile forces approaching.
It is an RPG, an MMO at that. So enemies have health bars. They do take a few shots to go down. It's a bit more of a cover-based shooter, if anything. Don't remember what the grenade button was then. Oh, so I found some of the supplies, now I've got to find the rest of them. It looks like they're in this building. Some canned food. This looks like a bit of a hideout for these thugs. Ah, loot box. Most of the weapons and loot comes in these kind of crates. Got some new knee pads.
I'm not succeeding, New York. I am not succeeding.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
Oh, that's the first mission done.
Great work, Agent. We'll get that food back to the people who need it. Which I have to say seems appropriate. I mean, I don't know what good is supposed to do.
Second mission. They're both pretty equally far away. I'll do this one. So in Brooklyn, I'm going to find the morphine supply.
Agent, those rioters have stolen a crate of morphine. Probably gonna try and sell it or use it. We've got people in real pain who need those drugs. See if you can recover that crate.
You can change your clothing as well. From my first playthrough, I do have a bit of a collection of clothing. I'm not going to do that now. I'll get the tutorial. You know, the Brooklyn area is the tutorial area. Once you've done a couple of missions here, then you go on to the mainland, I think it is. I'm guessing it's Manhattan? I don't know. I'm from Australia. I'm not really familiar with New York. Never been there. But I believe we're on a different island, a different section of the city here. This is purely just as an intro zone. But once I do finish the tutorial, hit the mainland, or the main play area, I'll change up my clothing. Alright, so I'm near the quest now. So to find stolen morphine.
Missing supply crate located.
It's not your fault. Joe wanted to go. He made that choice. It wasn't you. Where are the freaking antivirals?
Oh, what's this? Med pack. I'm full of med packs. Now. So you got more thugs here.
There's morphine in here. Want some?
They're trying to get the morphine. So I'm going to take them out.
Stop messing around.
Wasn't the best grenade. They're all almost down.
Area secured. Hostiles neutralized.
Right. Let's get that morphine. Loot is shown up by these bars that come out of the ground. It shows you where the item is and it gives you a rough idea what it's going to be. So let's mark this morphine supply.
Confirmed. Pickup marked. GTF notified.
Okay, so I've got
Sparrow 5 here.
to defend
We're
for
approaching your position now.
a minute and a half. Got to protect this area for. Not really sure where they're going to come from. I think they come
Warning. Hostile
over there.
forces approaching.
Take some cover. It is a cover-based shooter. I've got to remember that. Grenade's a good way to flush them out. Get them in the open. And then you can drop them a bit easier. that all of them? Doesn't sound like it. Let's get 30 seconds to go. Oh, it got me. Yeah, they're trying to get around behind me. This guy here is. Out of grenades.
Confirmed. Sparrow 5 is on site and ready to engage.
Target is secure. No more hostiles detected.
That's the morphine safe.
Great work, Agent. We'll get those drugs back to the wounded where they'll be used properly.
Level up. I'm not sure if leveling up does anything at this early stage of the game. Oh, a new gun, G36C. I like G36C, so I'll equip that. I think that's all the loot. Alright, so one mission left to this first area.
Agent, we've gotten word of a hostage situation at a bank. Looks like you'll have to go through the subway tunnel to access the building. We need you to move in and minimize the damage.
Alright, so I've got a hostage situation. I've got to rescue some civilians. The snow stopped, that's always good. I think this mission's just teaching you about the underground sections of the game. It's all the city streets, but there's a lot of parts in the game you go underground to the sewers or the water pipes and stuff like that. Oh, but it's incredibly detailed. You might notice I'm not running this game. Actually, this is probably the first game I've ever done on my channel where I'm not running it on max graphics. Purely because my computer cannot handle it. I haven't really gone into the details of my computer specs, but for the sake of it, I do have a NVIDIA 1060, which I do like. But I am only running an i5
Warning. Hostile presence detected.
2500K, which is about 6 years old now for a CPU. It is overclocked, but obviously for a game like The Division, it doesn't quite cut it for full graphics. But, you know, it does me good. Oh, there's one more. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Trying to flank me. There's more.
Area secure.
Alright.
Hostiles neutralized.
Pretty well. Some loot over there. It must be on the other side. Let's go rescue these civilians, shall we?
Hello? Everything okay out there? Hey, is somebody out there? Can you please let me out?
Nice work shutting that down, Agent.
Finally! Oh, thank you so much. That was
something
terrifying. No, I need to get the hell out of here.
Alright. Most missions have a loot crate somewhere in them. This one gives me a police M4. Sure, that's better than my G36. It looks like it. Oh. At this stage of the game, I don't think it really matters, does it? So a quick squiz around for some loot. Alright. And now I've got to go back and report to the JTF task, my contact point. And luckily, most missions also give you a bit of a quick way out, which is always nice. There's that loot box I saw on the radar earlier. Apparently that fall hurt me. What's in here? Shotgun. Now you can hold once you get leveled up a bit more, you can hold 2 primary weapons, like so 2 big weapons, and you get a sidearm. And I usually try and keep, you know, one long range gun being either the rifle or a assault rifle, and I try and keep one short range one being either, you know, a submachine gun or a shotgun. Just depends what I come across. And I'll probably try and do that this game as well. There's some... Is this a looting area? No. Some missions, you know, are heavily close combat based, and then others have a lot of long distance battles. So you like to have the option available. So let's get back.
They weren't there a second ago.
I might not hand the mission. I might once I get back to the safe house. Now, one thing you can always find the safe houses by the arrows. Whenever you see arrows pointed like that around the city, they are actually guiding you towards the safe house, which is can be handy if you're not really sure what that. Because some of them are hidden reasonably well. Alright, so I'm back in the safe zone. Actually, I will hand it in. I don't think it's going to trigger the change yet. Let's find out.
Fantastic work, Agent. I think you put the lid back on this place just when it was about to boil over. We all thank you. And I wanted to say personally that I've lived in Brooklyn my whole life. So what you've done means a lot to me.
Okay, so the first 3 missions are done. That opens up the precinct siege, which is like the biggest mission of this tutorial area. So having said that, I better check my loot. Yeah, so I can level 4, you get your second gun. Let's quickly put on my new loot I got from the missions. I'll try and minimize the amount of time I spend mucking around with gear, because it's not, you know, overly fun to watch you do that. In fact, I might even do that after recording's finished. Might be a better idea. Alright, well, that's part 1 of The Division down. I hope you've enjoyed the introduction to the game. And once I obviously remember how to play it better, it'll be probably a bit more enjoyable. I'm still teaching myself how to play it again. It has been quite a while since I did play it last. Thanks for coming back to my channel, to my new playthrough, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks again, and take care out there, guys.